storms of the mind that a brave warrior makes. Hear the call of the Pink Persuader, your own bold and fearless invader. Let ancient strength be your guide, with unbreakable will deep inside.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Pink Persuader on mental health. And today, we're talking about something I think a lot of people need to hear. No, a kale smoothie won't cure your depression. I know, sounds obvious when you say it like that. But if you've ever struggled, you've probably heard some version of that before. Drink more water. Go for a walk. Just think positive. And that's what we're getting into today. So wherever you are right now, maybe you're driving to work or driving home from work. Maybe you're lying in bed having a day where you're really struggling. Maybe you're just trying to get through the day. Well, pull up a chair, because we're going to sit this one by the fire tonight. So, let's just say it how it is. Have you tried drinking more water? Yes, I have. I have tried so hard to remember to drink water. Oh dear. The other one I always get is you're drinking way too many energy drinks. Well, damn it, energy drinks help regulate my emotions, okay? Oh dear, I should be sponsored by Monster, I tell you. Go for a walk, mate. Fresh air will fix it. Yeah, of course it will. Try yoga. No thanks. I am, broken enough as it is already. Just think positive. Yeah, let's do it. Other people have it worse. And now that I think that one is an important one to sort of say that nobody's got it worse when it comes to mental health, because each of our own issues affects us in our own way. So certain people deal with certain things better than others. Some people deal with the other thing worse. So someone may be grieving and they're really struggling with that, but someone else might take grieving and actually take it really well in their own stride, and they manage it really well. You know, everyone is different. And we cannot sit there and tell people that that is how they should feel after each situation, because we all deal with it in different ways. But yeah, on all that advice, I always sit there and I just think, cheers, thanks. I didn't realise my brain just needed a smoothie and a bit of sunshine. And here's the thing, most of the time, people mean well. They're not trying to hurt you, but when you're in it, and I mean properly in it, that kind of advice doesn't feel like it's like it's support. It feels like you're not trying hard enough. This should be easy to fix. It's not that serious. And that's where it hits. Because you're already fighting your own head. And now it feels like you've got to explain it as well. So, I thought this would be a perfect point to introduce the Top Offenders Hall of Fame for bad advice. Let's have a bit of fun with this. Just be positive. Yes, because that is what we need. We need the man that's going to come in and he's going to yell at us to be positive and carry on, because you can do it. That's going to make everything better, isn't it? Everything happens for a reason. Yes. Yes, because life has got me over a barrel right now and they forgot the lubricant. And the next one. Go to the gym. It will fix you. Okay, so I like going to the gym. I enjoy going to the gym for my mental health. But it doesn't work for everyone. Yes, the release of endorphins is great, but it isn't for everyone. And not everyone gets that same rush out of it. In fact, with a lot of people, it causes masses of anxiety. And this one. You just need a routine. Now, for all of my other neurospicy listeners out there, you know, I'm sure you've heard this one a lot because we crave routine, but we just can't keep a routine. And we really struggle to keep a routine. And then we beat ourselves up because we cannot keep a routine. So it actually makes us worse. And last, but not by no means least, it's all in your head. Well, fucking hell, really? I thought that it was in the name, mental health, mental in your head. It is not just in your head; it is your head. That is literally the problem. And if you ever sat there thinking, why isn't this working for me? Why am I still struggling? What is wrong with me? Let me say this properly. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You're dealing with something deeper than quick fixes. And do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I've had moments where I've actually tried some of this stuff. Like, properly thought, maybe this time it will work. I've gone out for the walk, tried to clear my head, tried to be positive, tried to do the right things. And yeah, sometimes it helps a little for a little bit. But then you're back in it. And that's the bit people don't see. They see the moment. They don't see what comes after. And that can mess with your head because you start thinking, well, if this works for everyone else, why isn't it working for me? And that's where it gets dangerous because you stop blaming the advice and start blaming yourself. And bringing this back to my own little stuff and bits and pieces, because for me, it's not just mental, it's physical as well. The chronic stuff, my knee, the pain, the days where just moving feels like an absolute battle. So when someone says, just go for a walk, you'll feel better, it's like, mate, I can barely walk some days. And even if I could, that doesn't switch off what's going on inside this thing on my head. And that's the bit people don't always get. Mental health isn't one layer. And I'm going to steal a quote from Shrek here because, mental health is like onions. It has layers. I'm not going to do my Shrek voice on here just in case DreamWorks come after me. Um, it's layers, it's exhaustion, it's overthinking, it's pressure, it's guilt, it's trying to keep going when everything feels heavy. So yeah, a walk might help a little bit. Drinking some more water might help a little bit, but it's not the answer. And when people present it like it is, that's when it becomes really frustrating for us. But now, let's be fair for a second. Let me play devil's advocate. Because this matters. People don't say this stuff because they don't care. They say it because they don't know what to do. When someone you care about is struggling, you want to fix it. You want to help. You want to take the pain away. And when you can't, you reach for something simple, something quick, something that sounds helpful. Because sitting with someone in the dark with no solution, that feels uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Sometimes people don't need fixing. They just need someone to sit with them and say, I see you. And do you know what the worst part is? Do you know what the absolute worst part of this can be? It's not even just what other people say. It's what you start saying to yourself. You start repeating it. Come on, just get up. I've said that one to myself a few times. Come on, be more positive. Other people have it worse. I've heard that one so many times. Like, why aren't you getting help? Why aren't you reaching out? Oh, other people have it worse than me. And now it's not just outside voices. It's in your own head. And that's heavy because we can't walk away from that. That's when it stops being advice and starts becoming pressure. So what actually helps then? Because it's easy to say what doesn't. For me, it's not the big stuff. It's not some perfect routine. It's small things, real things. It's talking to the right person, not someone who tries to fix it, someone who just listens. It's being honest about where I am at instead of pretending I'm all right. It's accepting that some days are just heavy, and that is it. No fixing, no solutions, just getting through. And weirdly, that takes more pressure off than anything else. Now, one of my followers and friends, Luna, she always comes and says to me, protect your peace. And I thought this is a perfect moment to protect our peace here and to give you guys some potential things that you could say if you feel like people are giving you advice that is unhelpful or they're maybe not listening to you in the way that you need. So what do we do when people say this stuff? You protect your energy, not aggressively, not shutting people down, just calmly. Say things like, I know you're trying to help, but I don't need solutions right now. Or, it's a bit more complicated than that. Or maybe something like, I appreciate it, but that doesn't really work for me. That one is one I've used myself, especially when people will often say to me, Have you tried meditation? I have ADHD. Meditation does not work well for me. You could also say, I'm working through it in my own way. Or just ask them, can you listen for a minute? Because sometimes being heard is more helpful than any advice. And you don't owe anyone a full explanation. So, before we finish tonight, I just want to leave you with something. A saga. Because sometimes stories land in a way advice never does. There is a man by the fire, not loud, not broken in the way the world expects, but heavy. The flames dance. They do not ask him to be better, they simply burn and let him sit. Others come with answers they have never had to live. Drink more water, walk it off, choose happiness. They leave their words and walk away. The man nods because it is easier. And still the fire burns. One night, someone sits beside him. No advice, no fixing, just presence. You look tired, he says. I am, he replies. No solution comes, but something changes. Because he is no longer alone. And sometimes that's where healing begins. That was the saga of the Smoothie by the Fire. I like to write these sagas because I find it helps people to not feel like they are quite so alone, because their journey has been put into a story. It has been written in a way that isn't like advice, but actually is real. This is where I got the idea to write my first book, The Sagas of the Pink Persuader, a collection of healing sagas. And I've had a lot of feedback from people who have read the book saying about how much it helped them to feel less alone. So this is not a plug to go and buy the book, but if you feel that you need it, take a read. You know, I would just love to get any feedback from those sagas, and hopefully coming in the next few weeks will be the second sagas of the Pink Persuader, which I didn't think I'd write one book, let alone write two, and that, I think that sort of shows the journey that I've been on in this last year. So, but guys, as we come to the end here, I just want to say, if you are the person by the fire, still here, still trying, you're not broken. You're human. And if no one has said it today, I see you. And as always, guys, much love and be more kind. From the Pink Persuader.
Let the echoes fade away. You don't have to walk alone. We'll be here another day until you're ready to come.